Hello and welcome to Cover 3. I'm Manny Robinson with Marcel Louis-Jacques and Scott Kiefer, here to talk a little Clemson football. The Tigers clinched the Atlantic Division Saturday with a win over Florida State. Now they turn their attention to the Citadel. Of course, this is not the most enticing game for writers and fans, but it couldn't come at a better time for the Tigers.
No, when you saw this game come on the schedule, you thought, kind of a letdown week. But you know what? It's become get-well week for the Tigers. They've got so many guys injured right now. If you look at the defense by the end of the Florida State game, they were missing 5 starters. Dexter Lawrence, Tanner Muse, Ryan Carter. I mean, the list goes on. Kendall Joseph. And those guys need this week to kind of relax. I think you can probably handle the Citadel with a few guys down. So I would rest those guys because, pretty important game coming up against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Not so fast there, Scott. Clemson can't really afford to overlook the Citadel. I mean, it's only been 2 years since they went to Columbia and handed an L to the Tigers' regular season finale opponent, South Carolina. And now that is the most important remaining game on the regular season. Got a great showdown with Miami in the ACC championship game that, if they take care of business, should lock up a berth in the college football playoff. But if you don't beat South Carolina, Orange Bowl bound.
Since ascending to the starting position, Tavien Feaster has put up big numbers, and much of that could be attributed to the number he's wearing on his back.
Man, 28, it was just like, to me growing up, it's like the best running backs I always wore 28. Marshall Faulk, Adrian Peterson. You got a lot of guys, C.J. Spiller, they were in 28. So, like, freshman year in high school, I wanted to wear number 5. So I was like, man, I'm going to get number 5. Then my coach said, nah, man, the best running backs I always wear 28. And I was like, oh, yeah? So I was like, give me 28 then. Coming here, I knew it was retired, through recruiting or whatever. And they told me, in order to wear, you're going to have to talk to C.J. Spiller, and get the importance of wearing the number and what he, expects out of you. So, he told me he wore his number because it's his grandmother's family number. So that's definitely special and an honor just to, wear it each week.
For our fun feature of the week, let's send it to Elizabeth LaFleur, who learned the history behind Mr. Knickerbockers.
For more than 40 years, Mr. Knickerbocker has been a Clemson staple.
Well, it started in 1973 with my grandfather, James Spearman. He opened a men's clothing store, which was only one part of this 3-part section of a store. He started selling Clemson stuff on the weekends, and it started selling really well. So he just continually added Clemson until it became an all Clemson store. And he took over all 3 stores that were currently occupying this one space.
Lacey Randalls knows the store very well.
I've been here practically my whole life. I started working the register at 7 years old with supervision.
Randall says Mr. Knickerbocker is more than a store. For a lot of visitors, it brings back memories.
We have people come in and they're just like, my grandparents used to bring me here for games, and, we used to come in here and be able to pick out our own footballs, and it hadn't really changed. The layout of the store is always kind of the same, and we try to keep that feel for our customers that, they're stepping back, back and bringing back those memories of their childhood and our special times of when they were, students on campus and would come in and shop.
Randalls isn't jaded after all these years in Clemson. She still sees the town as a special place.
It's something kind of hard to describe because they always call it the most 25 seconds of college football when they run down that hill. And me and my husband have this tradition where we try to go to at least one away game a year, and it really is the most exciting 25 seconds in football. But like that spirit runs throughout the town, throughout the day, and through that weekend. Just from the tailgating to the shopping to the shops to the close-knit downtown and the Clemson community. It's just something different that most college towns don't have, and I've experienced that going to these other college towns. It's something unique to Clemson.
That Tiger spirit stretches down College Avenue, where Mr. Knickerbocker's competitors are seen more as family than competition.
It's funny because you think of competition as it's going to be like, hardcore competition, but we all work together. I mean, competition is good competition, and we all work well together. We communicate. We're friends outside the business arena, and so that's the kind of fun part and aspect about it. Clemson is a community, and so is the downtown area with its business owners.
For Cover 3, I'm Elizabeth LaFleur.
Well, that does it for us this week on Cover 3. For Scott, Marcel, Bart behind the controls, and Elizabeth, I'm Manny Robinson. Thanks for joining us. Y'all catch us next week.